This presentation analyzes the responses of participants at the Transportation Assets and Barriers workshop held in Denison on March 4th and a random sample survey sent to Denison residents. The information in the following slides aims to inform the Denison Visioning Committee and Design team during the design process. We conducted community focus groups and sent a random sample survey to 802 Denison households. The quantitative data collected from the survey responses complement the qualitative information gathered at the focus groups. Different transportation users have different needs and priorities. Older adults want access to local services. Active recreationists want to be challenged while engaging in physical activity. Parents are concerned for the safety of their children. Mobility challenged individuals want smooth surfaces and safe traffic crossings. Spanish-speaking parents want access to transportation services and safety for their children. Youth want complete sidewalks and safe traffic crossings. We conducted focus groups with people from each of these different demographics to obtain a complete picture of the transportation system in Denison. All user types travel around Denison by driving. Older adults, youth, parents, actives, and Spanish-speaking parents also travel by walking. Youth, parents, and actives ride bikes to get around town. Older adults and Spanish-speaking parents utilize the shuttle service, and mobility-challenged individuals use wheelchairs. Focus group participants were asked what they considered community assets. Almost every group appreciates the scenic views and natural areas offered at Sunset Park, Majestic Hills Golf Course, and Donna Reed Road. All groups also enjoy outdoor recreation opportunities like fishing at Sunset Park and Tucker's Pond, watching or playing sports at Northside Recreation Center in Washington Park, and walking, biking, and running along the Wilson Hills Trail. Yellow Smoke Park is popular among each user group. Older adults, parents, youth, and Spanish-speaking parents appreciate the landscape for its natural scenery. Actives and parents like the wide, smooth paths of the Wheels to Heels Trail. Older adults, mobility-challenged individuals, youth, and actives appreciate the presence of wildlife, and youth enjoy being able to explore the lake and woods of the park. Spanish-speaking parents, and actives would like more trail connections to Yellow Smoke, as they find the park difficult to get to without a car, and older adults, mobility-challenged individuals, and actives find the steep slopes difficult to navigate. During the focus groups, participants identified undesirable features in town. All groups voiced concerns about inadequate sidewalk infrastructure throughout town, specifically talking about inconsistent curb cuts and utility poles blocking in the middle of the sidewalks. All groups are similarly concerned with gaps in pedestrian connectivity that hamper getting to local destinations. Participants pointed to the lack of sidewalks, crosswalks, and controlled intersections, especially by the hospital, mobile home parks, and south of the railroad as examples. Various traffic flow and traffic control issues are a cause for concern for all groups, with congestion at railroad crossings and near the school, high-speed traffic on Highway 30, and the confusing Bucket of Worms intersection. Other issues affecting residents include limited parking at the trailheads and uptown, as well as challenges with winter weather and plowing in Denison's hilly terrain. Finally, focus group participants had the opportunity to tell us what changes they wanted in Denison. All residents desired to improve sidewalk infrastructure in residential areas and the South Main and Donna Reed bridges. Most groups wanted more bicycle and pedestrian connections to Uptown, the trailheads, fairgrounds, city soccer fields, and between Timberline Drive and the Wheels to Hills Trail. Actives, older adults, and youth would like more trails along the Boyer River, a trail connection to the Sauk Trail, and a loop trail between Avenue C, Northside Rec, Yellow Smoke, and the golf course. Actives, youth, and parents wanted enhancements to the Highway 30 corridor to improve pedestrian experience. For example, widening sidewalks, adding bike lanes, landscaping road medians, adding pedestrian signals, and painting crosswalks. In addition to the focus groups, we distributed a random sample survey to 802 households. Understanding what types of improvements are important to residents gives the committee insight on how to prioritize projects. The information summarized here includes respondents' willingness to help, their enhancement priorities, preferred commuting, biking, and walking routes, and the qualities they desire on their biking and trail routes. More than 39% of respondents indicated they were willing to help with the visioning process, whether this be volunteering time, money, or both. How did we get people to help? According to an ISC study of Iowa small towns in 2014, a common reason residents said they didn't become involved in community projects was that no one asked them. Others indicated they didn't know how to become involved. These results show that the best way to get people involved in community projects is to simply ask them. along with advertising opportunities through traditional and social media outlets. On a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the most important, participants in Denison ranked better night use through improvements such as lighting as the most important type of transportation enhancement. Other enhancements that address pedestrian mobility, safety, and health are also considered important, such as increased accessibility for seniors and better pedestrian connections. Regarding the quality of the built environment, survey respondents consider enhanced seasonal beauty the most important, followed by better neighborhood streetscapes and habitats for birds and pollinators. Most survey respondents drive to important destinations such as the grocery store, post office, school, and church. More than 25% carpool or ride with someone else. 12% of participants said they walk, and 1.6% bike to their destinations. This map shows the commuting routes identified by 77 survey respondents. The frequency that the routes are used is depicted by their width, with the most frequently used routes being the thickest. The primary commuting corridors into and out of Denison are Highways 30, 141, and 59. Some commuters take Arrowhead Road and Highway 39 out of Denison, while others take Donna Reed Road. Within town, North 20th Street, North 16th Street, Avenue C, and Highway 30 are heavily used. On a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the most important, survey participants ranked the characteristics and features that factor into their choice of commuting route. Among Denison participants, time to destination was the most important factor in determining commuting routes. Avoiding weather-related issues such as drifting snow and ice is also a somewhat important factor. This map shows the walking routes identified by 87 survey respondents. The frequency that the routes are used is depicted by their width, with the most frequently used as the thickest. The Wheels to Heels Trail to and through Yellow Smoke Park is a popular walking route among survey respondents. Ridge Road, North 20th Street, 8th Avenue North, North 16th, Broadway, and North Main Streets are heavily traveled by pedestrians. Walkers sometimes walk along North 24th Street and 4th and 6th Avenues North. On a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the most important, survey participants ranked the characteristics and features that improve their walking experience. These features are categorized as either connections or conditions and elements. Denison residents consider the conditions and elements as more significant determiners of their walking routes. In terms of conditions and elements, sidewalk quality is the most important factor in route choice, followed by well-maintained surroundings. Access to trails is also considered important. This map shows the biking routes identified by 19 survey respondents. The frequency that the routes are used is depicted by their width, with the most frequently used as the thickest. Like walkers, cyclists identified the Wheels to Heels Trail to and through Yellow Smoke Park as a popular biking route. Ridge Road, North 20th Street, 8th Avenue North, North 16th Street, Broadway, and North Main Street are well used in town by bikers. The neighborhood closest to the Wheels to Heels Trail is also a common biking area. On a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the most important, survey participants ranked the characteristics and features that improve their biking experience. These features are categorized as either connections or conditions and elements. Denison participants consider connections slightly more important than conditions and elements, and find trail connectivity and access to be the most important factor. Other factors, like connections to well-established bike trails, safety for children, and grand views, are also important. On a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the most important, survey participants ranked the characteristics and features that improve their trail experience. These features are categorized as either connections or conditions and elements. Conditions and elements are more significant factors to Denison trail users than connections. Well-maintained surroundings, followed by lighting, are the most important trail features. If you have any questions about this presentation on the community visioning process, contact the members of your local visioning committee, or check us out on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. A complete set of assessment presentation boards can be found on the Denison webpage at www.communityvisioning.org/Denison.